She took in a struggling single dad for one night, then discovered he was her new CEO. The wind howled like a banshee down the rain-slicked streets of Seattle, rattling Hannah's old apartment window. She was just about to lock up for the night, the glow of her laptop screen the only light in the cozy living room, when a hesitant knock echoed through the storm. Not the confident rap of a neighbor, but a soft, almost apologetic tap. Peering through the peephole, her breath fogged the glass. A man stood hunched against the downpour, water plastered to his dark hair, his cheap jacket soaked through. Clutched tightly against his chest, half hidden under his coat, was a small bundle. A little girl, maybe 4, her eyes wide and scared in the dim hallway light, clutching a worn, stuffed rabbit. "Please." The man's voice was rough with exhaustion and cold, barely audible over the rain. "My car broke down miles from anywhere. My phone's dead. We just need somewhere dry for an hour, maybe, until the storm eases. My daughter, Lily, she's freezing." Hannah's heart clenched. She saw the raw desperation in his eyes, the protective way he shielded the child. Without a second thought, she unlocked the door. "Come in, quick, before you both catch pneumonia." They stumbled inside, dripping onto her welcome mat. The man, "Ethan," he murmured, introduced himself with a grateful, weary nod. Lily peeked out from under his arm, shivering violently. Hannah immediately bundled the little girl in a thick blanket from the couch, rubbing her small hands between her own. She made hot chocolate, found dry socks for Ethan, and offered them her spare room, just for the night, she insisted, seeing the deep lines of worry etched on his face. As Lily drifted off to sleep on the couch, wrapped in the blanket, Ethan sat at Hannah's small kitchen table, cradling his mug. The storm raged outside, but inside, a fragile warmth grew. He spoke haltingly about losing his job, the struggle to find work, the crushing weight of being solely responsible for Lily. Hannah listened, her own heart aching with empathy. She shared her own quiet struggles, the long hours at her marketing job, the feeling of being just one step ahead of disaster. For a few hours, they weren't strangers, just two weary souls finding unexpected solace in shared humanity. Before dawn broke, Ethan thanked her profusely, his eyes sincere. "You saved us tonight," he said, his voice thick. "I won't forget this." He scribbled a number on a scrap of paper, "in case you ever need anything," and slipped out with Lily as quietly as they had arrived. Hannah tucked the number into her wallet, touched, but thinking little more of it. Life resumed its frantic pace. 2 days later, she walked into the sleek, intimidating headquarters of Viridian Dynamics for her first day as a senior marketing associate. Her new boss, the notoriously demanding and recently appointed CEO, Mr. Thorne, was holding a mandatory all-hands meeting. She took a seat in the back, trying to calm her nerves. The conference room doors swung open, and there he was. Ethan. Standing tall, impeccably dressed in a tailored suit that cost more than her monthly rent, his hair neatly styled, the exhaustion replaced by sharp, commanding presence. He walked to the head of the table, radiating an authority that silenced the room instantly. "Good morning." His voice, now smooth and resonant, filled the space. "I'm Ethan Thorne. As your new CEO." Hannah's blood ran cold. The world tilted. Thorne, the name on the building, the name on the emails. Her CEO. The man she'd given hot chocolate and dry socks to, the desperate father huddled on her doorstep. Her mind raced. Had he lied? Was it all a cruel joke, a test? Panic clawed at her throat. She kept her head down, praying he wouldn't recognize her in the sea of faces. But as he scanned the room, his gaze locked onto hers. A flicker of surprise and something unreadable. Recognition, certainly, but also gratitude? Concern? The meeting blurred. She heard words about synergy and market disruption, but all she could see was Lily's wide, scared eyes and the rain dripping from Ethan's hair. When it ended, she bolted for the elevator, desperate to escape. "Hannah, wait!" His voice stopped her cold in the hallway. She turned slowly, bracing for dismissal, for humiliation. He stood there, the imposing CEO facade softened. He held out a hand, not in greeting, but almost in apology. I didn't know," he said, his voice lower now, the roughness from that night returning. "When I knocked on your door, I truly was at rock bottom. My car did break down. My phone was dead. I just signed the papers to take this job that morning, but the transition was messy. I was between places trying to shield Lily from the chaos. I didn't lie about needing help." Relief, sharp and sudden, washed over her, followed by a wave of profound understanding. "You didn't tell me you were the CEO," she managed. He ran a hand through his hair, a gesture so familiar from that night. "Would you have let us in if you knew? Or would you have seen the CEO, not the desperate dad? That night, your kindness wasn't for Viridian Dynamics. It was for us. And it meant everything." He pulled a slightly crumpled piece of paper from his inner pocket, the number she'd given him. I kept it. A reminder. Tears pricked Hannah's eyes. This powerful man who held her career in his hands remembered the hot chocolate. He remembered Lily's shivers. "Mr. Thorne," she started. "Ethan," he corrected gently. "And Hannah, thank you. Not just for that night. Thank you for seeing the person, not the title." He paused, a thoughtful look in his eyes. "Viridian needs more people who see the person. People like you." The revelation didn't bring scandal or punishment. It brought a quiet, profound shift. Ethan, true to his word, became a different kind of leader, one who remembered the human cost behind the bottom line. He implemented flexible work policies for parents, championed employee support programs, and often sought Hannah's perspective, valuing her empathy as much as her marketing acumen. And sometimes, on quiet evenings, Hannah would see Ethan in the office lobby, patiently waiting, a small girl with wide eyes and a familiar stuffed rabbit clinging to his hand. He'd catch Hannah's eye, and a silent understanding would pass between them. A secret forged in a storm, a single act of kindness that didn't just change a night, but reshaped 2 lives. Proving that sometimes the most powerful connections begin with simply opening your door. If you believe in kindness and second chance, please like, share, and subscribe to ACA Storytells for more emotional stories. Your support helps us spread hope to millions. Thanks for watching.